Good hits, you feel me? Shout out my boy.
Shout out.
Let's
go.
Let's fucking go. We fucking with y'all.
What's up, Goodhits gang? We're talking about one of the most buzzing rappers in the tri-state area, Babyface Kobe, and all of his hit singles like 2:38 AM, Zero Gravity, and Paralyzed, which features Caspr, all of the happenings and drama going on in underground rap in the tri-state area, and more. So sit back and relax and take a listen to this conversation with Babyface Kobe. We're now on Volume 9, Episode 4 of GoodhitsTV. I can't believe it. Hope you guys are staying warm. Salute.
She hate the way that I live, but this trash shit keep me going. And I'm copping high class lens, probably catch me in Eric Owens. I used to jig and finesse shit, hurt my soul, had to start zoning. But I'm with your bitch and she blown. I got my comebacks.
What's up, Goodhits gang? You know what we're about. We're bleeding the block for the best in underground rap here in New York City and beyond. And shit, boy, do we got a treat for you today. Babyface Kobe up in the cut, up in the Good Hits studio. We're coming live from Williamsburg, Brooklyn, New York. Dude, how you doing, man? Let's start out simple, bro. How you living? How you living, Kobe?
I'm good, man. Working.
Hell yeah.
I just feel like I've been working a lot recently. Shit been picking up for me. Just trying to stay consistent. That's my biggest thing. Like, just staying consistent with everything. Dropping more music. Feel me? Posting more. I feel like I just gotta be more active.
I feel it. I feel like you got a show coming up too.
Yeah, I just had a show in Linden, in Jersey. Shout out Jersey.
Yeah.
I went crazy.
You're from Jersey, right? Originally?
Yeah, I'm from Jersey. You feel me? It's like I spent a lot of time in like two separate parts of Jersey. So like my father and like my mother side of the family, they live in like a part called Newark. So that's like up north. And then, like my other half of my family is in like another side called Piscataway. So it's like
Piscataway, right?
You feel me?
Right.
I spent like basically my life going back and forth from there. Just
New York shows versus New Jersey shows.
It's very different cultures. You said Jersey versus New York shows?
Yeah.
Honestly, like New York shows better. You feel me? New York always come lit for me. You feel me? They always show me love in the city. And I just feel like, I mean, even though Jersey's my home, like that's the home team, that's the hometown. I just feel like they got a lot of catching up to do culturally. You feel me? Like a lot of people ain't really like active on the scene in Jersey, even though there's a lot of talent out there.
There's like a little underground scene out there though.
It's starting to come. You feel me? Because of people like shout out my son Fat, like DJ Fat.
Right.
He's from Jersey. My boy Nino, like even though he's not from Jersey, he live in Jersey. He put on for Jersey. Like,
Nino,
You feel me? So that's family right there. So all of us, we trying to build the state up. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of talent. I just feel like nobody be looking over. Like we right across the water from one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Mecca in hip hop.
I feel that. So when did you kind of get started with the whole music thing, dude? I feel like you've been dropping kind of since like 2019. It's been a few years now.
So honestly, I've been rapping probably since like 2015. Initially, like when I started rapping, like I went under a different day. I was like Lil Kobe. So like I was dropping like just to kind of play around like with SoundCloud and shit. This is like beginning of the SoundCloud era. And we was just making shit out my son's basement. Shout out Shane. And I was dropping. And at first, like, I didn't really know what sound I wanted to go with. Like, I wasn't really in the type of sound I'm doing today. Like, I was just making, like, I wouldn't say, like, bullshit. But to me, it's bullshit now. You feel me? I don't like them songs. But it got me a following. Like, and then probably like around 2017, 2018, like, I took a break. Like, I moved to L.A., I didn't really stay consistent with music, you feel me? But
you moved to LA on some music shit or just like some life shit?
Kind of both. Like I went out there for music initially, but like it was really just because I didn't feel like I had a place in Jersey, New York. I feel like I done everything I could have done already out here. So I tried to see like what I could get out of LA. It was fun. Like I had a good experience in LA. Like I met a lot of good people, a lot of people that I'm still cool with to this day.
I always tell like all the underground rappers I interview, like a lot of them go to LA, but I feel like New York is where it's at. Like, what do you think of LA versus New York in terms of like the underground rap scene, all of that shit, the shows, everything?
So if you asked me that question probably like four or 5 years ago, I would have said LA. But like after spending a lot of time out here, I honestly feel like New York's better. Like I go out to LA to visit, you feel me, have fun. You feel me, go smoke weed, get high, fuck with the bitches, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like in terms of like you said, underground culture. There's a lot more like shit busting over here in New York right now. Like,
I feel that.
And plus, New York's busting because of like shit like the drill scene. I mean, just bringing more attention. A lot of shit's just being brought a lot of attention to the city right now. So I feel like right now, New York is where it's at. Like,
do you think your sound has changed a lot since the Lil Kobe days, or do you still draw from that?
I'm a completely different artist now. Like, I feel like I said back then, I didn't really know what I wanted to get out of music. I was just making like just regular, like I said, bullshit songs that I thought people would like, and it got me plays. So I'll say that like it worked to an extent. Like I was getting, you feel me, tens, thousands, hundreds of thousands of plays back then on SoundCloud. So it was like, I feel like I was making it. So you can
still find all that shit, all the old Kobe stuff still up there.
Like if you go to the bottom of my SoundCloud, it's probably a few songs like Aquafina, Birdman, and like maybe like Die in LA. Like that's what I would say. That's like the Lil Kobe era. Like
yeah.
And then like probably like around like 2017, 2018, I started switching my sound, but I also took a break. You feel me? Like I took a break from music, so it's like I had to figure out, like I said, what type of artist I wanted to be. Like back in the day, I was just making shit that I thought sounded cool, and now I feel like I'm really like I got everything together. I got my sound, my style, everything.
Dude, all babies go to heaven. That's the, like I was like, all right, I gotta interview him. Like this shit's different, bro. Like
I worked on that album for like 2 years, almost 3 years. You feel me? I made like so many versions of that album, bro. Like probably like 4 or 5 versions of that album to get that final version that y'all got to hear. And I tell artists all the time, like, you feel me? Like when you dropping projects, like it's one thing to drop singles and be like, you know what I'm saying, going viral off singles, but to drop like a really good project, like I don't want skips on my project. So every time I drop a project, it's gotta be all hits to me, like 1 through 11. You don't want to stop playing that shit. You feel me? And I want it to be versatile too. I don't want it to be the same. So, like some people like when albums sound the same. Like I don't. Like when my albums, like the first side of the album might be a bunch of hype shit, a bunch of shit you could get turned to, and then like towards the bottom might be some more vibe shit.
Yeah, my favorite song's Lightspeed. Like it's like more of a vibe. It's more like it's more chill. Like I don't know, that shit's chill.
Off the shrooms to that motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. Dude, speaking of that shit, it's like, dude, I feel like your music is very like production, like perfection. It's like I don't know who's producing your shit, but
shout out Arcosa. That's like my main producer. Like you feel me? Like my babe, nigga. That I tell people like you should try to branch out on me as many producers as possible to like get other sounds. But like me personally, like I lock in with one person. Once I see who I like that's anything with me. Like my barber, when I get my hair retwisted, I want the same person. So once I found Arcosa, like he made Tokyo Dreams. That was the first song we decided to like drop together, was Tokyo Dreams. And after that, shit just went crazy. I honestly give him a lot of credit for like helping me like revamp and reshape my career. Like production is so important. Like I don't know why people be trying to diss like producers and shit like that, because without them it's like,
almost like half the song, to
it's
be
not
honest.
Almost
it is like really makes it.
And then to all my producers out there, like if you really want to be smart with it, y'all have to start getting writing credits, because you guys are composing the beat. Like you're writing the beat, so like you could get writer credits if you're a real producer. If not, you're just a beat maker. Like there's a difference between a beat maker and a producer.
Right.
I mean, a producer makes the whole song come together from like the ad libs and all that shit. Like, and that's another thing with Arcosa. Like when I first met him, he was just more of like a beat maker. Like, but now like he'll tell me, he'll be in the studio like, nah, do this flow, like switch it up like this. Like he's turning it into a producer. Like he knows what he wants to get out the track, and that's important when you locking in with producers. Like, because that can make or break whether the song comes out like good or like amazing.
No, for sure, dude. That's the sauce.
It's the little
for
shit.
Sure.
It's the little shit. Like I'm really detail oriented. Like,
dude, even the cover art for that album was dope, though.
Bro, the cover, you know,
you're in Hollywood. If you look at the background,
it was a reference. Hold up, I'm fake about to show you, because I don't know if everybody, like nobody really knows, but like it was a reference to like, I think it was like this old band that that did like a pretty much an ad just like that, and I had to remake this shit. You feel me? Like,
oh damn, dude. That is fire.
I had this picture in my camera roll for like 2.5, 3 years, bro. Trying to find an exact location. I was gonna shoot it in New York at first, but then like I couldn't find a place that looked like that picture in New York. That shit was outside the W in Hollywood. Like,
that's fire,
shout out my son
dude.
Taj for really getting that pic exactly how I pictured it. You feel me? And that's another thing too. Like when I was younger, I used to like to read books a lot, but like the way I would like pick my books half the time was like the cover. Like the cover had to be fire to me. So like I look at it the same way for my music.
Judge
like,
a book by the cover, bro.
Half the time, that's what people are doing. Most of the time, people judging shit by the cover. They're not even gonna play it if it don't have some fire shit. I take cover art super serious, bro. Like everything. Like,
when I do promotions, dude, that flyer is important, man. Like, dude, for your New York show, I think you had a New York show, and you had like that black and white flyer.
Yeah,
that shit was fire.
Yeah, bro.
I like flyers like that, where it's just like two colors.
Attention grabbing. Yeah. I had them putting posters up all over the city for that shit. Everything.
That was lit, dude. I actually wanted to pull up. I had a show that night, though.
Shout out Punks for making that come together. You feel me? They put that shit together.
Dude, one main feature on the album, Caspr. I feel like you guys have collaborated a few times. How did you come to know Caspr? Talk to me about that relationship, like building music together and all of that, working with him.
So Caspr like really my twin, like, and I'm not saying that on some like funny like, oh that's the bro, like I was born December 13th, he's born December 14th. So when I met him, it was probably like I think maybe not like almost 4 years ago, and I met him on my birthday in the studio. Wow. So like it was my birthday going into his birthday, and he was doing a session. Like I pulled up with some mutual friends we had at the time. And I told him, I was like, yeah, it's my birthday today. Like, it was my birthday tomorrow or coming up on midnight type shit. And he started listening to some of the shit I was making. And at the time, like, Caspr had a lot of followers. From I still don't have like OD followers. I think I have like 8,000 right now. But like, Caspr, like, the thing I really fuck with about him is like he doesn't care about like whether you have like a bunch of followers or a bunch of plays or anything. Like he's looking for raw talent. Like he wants to see if you actually can make good music, because there's a lot of people that have a lot of followers or get a lot of plays that their shit's shitty. You feel me? He doesn't really care about that, and like that's a true artist to me. So we always connected on that. And plus he put me on my engineer. Shout out Bones. So like Casper's always been there to just be like a brother, like a real brother. Like if we never made music, he would still be my friend, like outside of rap. Like fuck
he's a cool dude,
shit. Like
man.
we're actually like brothers. You know
so you knew him from the PPG Caspr days. Yeah. And I feel like he sounds like that again when he's on the track with you, dude. When I listen to Paralyzed,
I try to bring that side out of him, because you know he's so versatile. Like he could do anything. Like he can make an R&B track, he can make rock, he can make shit like Paralyzed hip hop. You know, it's anything with him. So I try to get him in that bag whenever we get in the studio, because like he likes having fun. I feel and the type of music we make is fun, like shit like Paralyzed, him, In My Body. You feel me? Those are the type of songs like, dude, I know people want to hear.
It's so interesting how like raps change, because a lot of the music that we hear that's like rap music in 2022, like if you ask somebody, you went back in time and asked somebody from 2010, is this rap music? They wouldn't even know what to call it. It's just like shit's just changed, bro.
I feel like part of that is because of like the type of artists that started to go mainstream and like the type of style they were doing, like people like Thug and like Future, like who didn't rely more on bars, but it was more the delivery and the melodies that made people like connect and like fuck with their music. You know what I mean? Like the production changed, like everything started changing around that time, and ever since then, like people have been taking like little bits and pieces from other artists and putting it to what we have today, like. And I feel like people, like, because we're melodic, people sleep on, like, that they think we can't rap. Like, if you're really listening to the music, you're listening to the lyrics, we're saying crazy shit, like, all the time. Like, the bars go over people's head all the time. Like, I feel like sometimes people don't really be listening. They just enjoying, the melody because it's catchy. But
that's true.
Like,
the genre of what is defined as rap or hip-hop is just totally widened.
I feel like there's so many sub-genres now, like. It's not one thing you could call hip hop. Like back in the day, like if you said something was hip hop, like in the 90s, you knew exactly what that sounded
Boom
like.
bap,
you know what I'm saying? But nowadays, you say hip hop, bro, you could be talking about some drill shit. You could be talking about like some Uzi shit. You could be talking about fucking some like Clip or Caspr. Like you know, like it's so many different type of.
Kind of going off that, like, what are your biggest like influences? People that who's your fucking like Spotify rap? The people that you listen to day to day, and also the people that you grew up listening to that you think like feeds into the type of music you make.
I feel like I listen to so much shit. Like I listen to everything. Like I'll be bumping like I don't know like a bunch of Sosa. Then I'll put on like a song by like Lord or something like that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like I fuck with everything. Or like even like
Lord.
Tame Impala, Toy Moore. Like I fuck with all type of songs. But like for me, like the shit that made me start changing the way I rap, cause like when I actually like used to rap like back in the day, like on some fun shit with my homies, it was like that boom bap type of rap. Like the shit that was in at that time was like Joey Badass, like Underachievers, Flatbush Zombies, that type of shit. So when we was rapping, that was the type of shit we was doing. But I remember the first time I heard Young Thug, bro, like he changed what I thought like.
I can see that for you being a big like
music could sound like this is rap music still, like, and that shit was so hard to me because he was being melodic and he was still rapping, and it was just the flows, the pockets, it was crazy to me. And like so Thug, Sosa, even people like Party Next Door, like I feel like
it's interesting how many rappers I interview increasingly recently that name like Party Next Door,
because for me like Party Next Door, he introduced like he made R&B and hip hop like into one thing. You know what I mean?
I need to listen to him more.
That first, just listen to that first Party Next Door project, his self-titled album, Party Next Door.
Classic.
That shit,
I need to check it out,
bro.
Damn.
It's the the production, bro. Like the production on that album is crazy. Like I take influence from that album to this day. Like the synths, the way some of the kicks are on that album, like even the way he does like his ad libs and flows and shit, like. Party was going crazy. Like,
a regular nigga would look at Party Next Door as just for strictly bitches. You know what I mean?
No,
as an artist, you listen to certain shit and you just hear certain, like you said, ad libs and certain production. Shit made that just influence you.
I feel that.
I get shit from everything. Like,
Thug is unbelievable, man.
Unbelievable.
Free him,
free
dude.
Thug, free Gunna, free YSL, man.
Free YSL.
Free the whole YSL, man. Fuck Atlanta DA.
Yeah, dude.